This is for the players.
I'm Ryan Betson.
I'm Max Cooper.
And this is For the Players, the pop culturist PlayStation podcast of 40 years of playing PlayStation and 5+ years in that games media combined. I'd like to thank you for joining us in this PlayStation conversation.
This PlayStation conversation happens at every Monday morning at 8 a.m. on podcast services, including Spotify, 9 a.m. on the YouTubes. If you want to join in that PlayStation conversation, head on over to our Facebook, Discord, Twitter, Instagram. All the links in the description below.
If you want to join this conversation as it happens, head over to twitch.tv/thepopcultures where you can watch us record this show as well as our wrestling show, The Young and the Wrestlers, on Twitch. Come in, join the chat, be in the little chat boxy thing. You can be Dash, you can yell at me at shit. And like Steven's in there now, the mullet's in there with a resub. It's tons of good fun on the Twitch. But one thing we'd like you to do, if you were so kind, would be to share that conversation. Tell your friends, tell your family, let them know that there is a PlayStation podcast in town that they may just want to check out. And of course, you know, podcast services, stars, ratings, and all that sort of shit. If you want to support us financially, patreon.com/thepopculturist. You can buy merchandise at popculturist.com/shop. You can buy shirts and other assorted shit with our logos on it. Man, all right, so
back to the chair discussion.
Back to the chair stuff. All right, before we even start, because this is the one thing that you get to do. If you come and watch us on Twitch, you get to be involved in the weird fucking conversations that we had beforehand. So we had this conversation about, obviously, the toilet paper incident, about how there's no fucking toilet paper anywhere, and that's bizarre. And then we complained about the chairs, as we do, and we're like, maybe we should get a new chair. And then we proceeded to have a debate in the chair. Sorry, in the chat about the chairs. Everyone's just laying information about what chairs we should get, what brands we should get. Because, like, granted, as you pointed out, no one can really see these chairs.
Alternatively, we could just get rid of the chairs entirely and just pop a squat the entire time.
We'll have, like, Hungarian shot putter thighs. We would be fucking jacked if we did that. No, because the problem is these chairs were $30 ones that I bought from Officeworks. They suck a whole bunch of balls. Like, they are the worst fucking chairs I've ever
just
seen.
raise
in my
the desk,
life.
do a standing show.
Well, this does have adjustable legs, so we could do that. However, we need new fucking chairs. And I was like, well, if I'm going to do it, I've had shitty chairs the entire time I've ever owned a chair. I've never bought a good chair. So I was like, I might buy one of these quote-unquote gaming chairs. It fits the look of the room, and it's nice, and maybe some fucking company one day be like, we like that, here's the money. And like maybe we can sort of, you know, work that in somehow. So I was like, looking at a bunch of different options, and I was like, here's one option, and good friend Dash in the chat's like, fuck that chair. Like, come on, man. I looked, you know how much time I put into like looking for a chair?
It's really shitty when you spend ages researching something, and like, this is what I'm going to get. And then someone's just like, that fucking sucks, dude. That is the worst thing you could possibly
exactly
do.
what happened. See, look, now Steven's in the chat bringing in AK Racing chair. So we've talked about Secret Labs, ZQ Racing, and AK Racing. 3 different fucking brands. And because I'm like a fat dude and I'm like not tall, but I'm slightly taller than average, they're like, you can only fit in this chair, you fuck. And then I'm like, oh man. Very enthusiastic way to start the show.
Yeah.
In short, if for any reason someone somewhere that isn't Dash, because he's like, fuck your choice, knows anyone that want to hook us up with some chairs, go all in and get Herman Miller, says Steven. I assume that's like a proper chair brand. Because that's the one thing. Like, I've totally defaulted to getting gaming chairs, and that's probably dumb. We should really just get some good office chairs.
Well, I did this last time, so I've been in my house now for 5 years. In that 5 years, I've been through 3 different chairs. Now, granted, one of them was dumb. I bought it on Catch of the Day. It was one of those massage chairs, and that was really good. It had seat warmers. And it's nice and toasty on my butt. And then after like 6 months, it's like, no, this seat is not comfortable at all.
My butt's nice and toasty, but
So yeah, no, sometimes you just got to spend that little bit extra to something that's going to last. And
the instant difficulty is that the second that we're like, oh, I should get new chairs, I have to buy 2 of the fuckers. And like we have Patreon, and Patreon makes us a whole like fucking $30 a month. So in 9 years we'll have.
Don't hate on the Patreon.
No,
people.
I love the $30 a month. Like this is not me complaining about Patreon. This is just me going because I'd have to fork out of my own dollars, and I'm like $30 a month. Patreon is rad, but in 9 years we'd have 2 chairs. So. So we just gotta fucking plan it out.
We should have scrimped on accommodation and just bought new chairs.
Like fuck go to PAX.
No. We just pitch a tent outside.
Yeah, like fuck going to PAX. I want coronavirus anyway. Let's just use that money on new chairs. Steven, got to start with the OnlyFans. Do you reckon you can do some solo vids for me?
I can do some solo vids.
Sweet. I'm done with that.
Please.
And Crispy says Bunnings desk chairs.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of different choices there. I like it. But in short, we need fucking chairs, and I don't have the money. I have maybe the money to buy me a chair.
Alternatively, we could just get beanbags and just make this like a really chill,
Fucking chill
podcast.
You think of the noise from the beanbags.
Well, you just don't move once you're in it.
I can't do that. Look, this entire I'm doing it right now. I'm talking with my arms as we're doing the show. I can't sit still. This is the problem that I'm having. So as I said,
come in with your straight jacket on.
So like I came like December was when I first started looking at getting a new chair. I was like, I'm finally gonna make the fucking call. I'm gonna do it.
See, that's when you should have done it. Boxing Day sales, all that stuff.
But we had built like bills like Christmas. I'm like,
yeah,
I can't afford it.
Yep.
My wife's like, can't afford it. I'm like, no worries. January, start of the year. What have we got? Everything fucking apparently. And then I'm like, all right, February. February is my month. Guess what? Everything else. It's like, fuck me. So as it stands right now, it's the 7th of March, and then our credit card got chewed because all our regos and stuff came out of it. And now it's like,
this month.
Yeah, and now it's like, you might have to wait a couple of weeks.
A couple of milk crates and a folded beach towel.
Oh, I like the beach towel idea. That might be where it goes. But anyways, this is a PlayStation podcast. We mentioned at the start of the show, it's a gaming show, and I guess the gaming chair sort of count. We haven't touched on any of that shit yet. What have we done with chairs? This has been like 9 minutes in. All right, Max, how you been?
Yeah, not too bad.
How's your non-chair issues?
My non-chair issues, that's fine. I've been sick all week, so I quarantined myself, so I didn't get my child sick and my wife sick. It happened the day after the Final Fantasy demo came out, so, nice timing there.
Yeah, that's the main topic. We're going to talk about Final Fantasy. I'm going
to talk about that a lot. So, bit of a runny nose, headachy, bit of cough. All good now, though. And then, now that I can hug my child again, she now has conjunctivitis.
Nice.
So now I don't want to hug her. Because I don't want to get, like, goopy eye.
Yeah, see, like, I think I'm on the cusp of being sick, and I think I've been there for about 3 weeks now. Every time I try to get sick, my body, I just kind of push it back a little bit.
The second I get, like, a tickle in my throat, I'm just like, cold flu. And I'll just, like, consume a whole box. I'm just like, fuck this.
And because I have, like, I'm sure I've mentioned this on the show before, because for some reason I only ever talk about my bodily functions on the show, is, like, because I have an overactive immune system in my nose, like an immune response, I should say. So, like, my nose is constantly fucked. So then every morning I have a steroid spray that kind of keeps it all in check. The problem is, I'm pretty sure that masks me being sick. So I'm probably carrying so shit. But because I can't feel it in my schnoz, I'm not sensing that I'm sick.
Yeah.
So this morning, I woke up and I thought I was fucking dying. And I was like, whoa, I feel like crap. I'm feeling great.
Betson's back, baby.
Betson's back. So I could be horrible patient zero right now.
Yeah, so that's been my week.
I could be pushing through the coronavirus as we speak. But because I've schnozzed that shit, I'm probably doing all right. Have you been playing anything apart from the Final Fantasy?
So I played Final Fantasy a fair bit. Seeing the gameplay for Baldur's Gate 3, I dove back into Divinity Original Sin 2, so I'm playing that co-op online. Such a good game.
I played it.
It's definitely not a Betson game.
Yeah.
Definitely not a Betson game.
I like how there is a Betson game. It's like very clearly defined.
And then
I got way too enthusiastic and I've got a fucked up throat.
Apart from that, I'm kicking it on Final Fantasy Online still, playing a little bit of League, all that stuff. Can't go too crazy. Touched GTA for like 10 minutes and then went, kind of done with you for now.
Oh, man.
Played way more 2 Point Hospital.
So good.
More 2 Point Hospital. I'm playing it. I swapped from console to PC.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had the wife come into the room. She's like, "You playing that hospital game?" I'm like, maybe. She's like, "Well, can you stop? Because all the achievements keep popping up while I'm trying to watch Scrubs."
Oh, Games Pass, of course.
And I'm like, sorry.
But no, I'm in the same boat. I've been playing a ton of 2 Point Hospital. I'm on the 4th or 5th hospital now.
Yeah, so I think I'm on the 4th, the first university hospital.
Yeah, so I'm on 2 now, yeah. So I've got the next one unlocked already because I 3-starred the others before I got there. But work on the university one now, which is very fun. The game's so great. It's absolutely fantastic. So I did my first heist, my first casino heist on my own. Well, not on my own, but I did all the setup myself in GTA 5. Got all the way, and I was like, I had a friend who happened to be on. I was like, "Hey, Mike, hey James, you want to?"
Well, if you're free, both Cass and I have all the setups done. We're just gonna go in and rob him.
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, because that's where we're at now. So like, I did the setups. I got ready to go. I broke in, and he's like, "I have like a fuck ton of money, so don't worry about it." So I gave myself like a 70% cut. And he's like, "I'll do this game all the day, so don't worry about it." Which was really handy, and it went well, ish. So the cut's obviously smaller because there's only 2 of us. I think it came out with like 700.
That's not bad.
Which is not too bad.
I mean, realistically, that's about what you get with 4 people. You
Yeah.
got a higher chance of getting a little bit more.
Yeah, that was cool. Like, we got really fucked up. Like, apparently, I was fighting the Terminator in there. There's this one guy in the stairwell who just fucking wrecked you every time you turned that corner. We did like a handful of times. It's down. I got credits on Infliction.
I saw that.
The extended cut. So add a little bit more to what I mentioned last week. So it is still, the way I explained it in the tweet that I sent out was, the game has ambition. I can clearly see that this game intended on being something bigger. Like the guy wanted this to be huge. However, I did feel it didn't quite land on the execution, but then knowing that it's one Aussie dude, might I add, I understand why it didn't come where it was supposed to, right? However, like, I enjoyed my time with it. It's probably like a good 5-6 hours. The world itself is still very cool. The mix between reality, poltergeist, and the occult was a little bit weird. None of it really. It meshed, but not really. Because when I say occult, it's like occult imagery and then a ghost woman. So it's kind of like they've taken bits of Silent Hill and taken little bits of like a ghost game that I can't think of right now. So like, yes, they've got the Silent Hill occult stuff as well as like a ghosty poltergeist sort of setup, and then kind of there, but not quite. I worked out how to scare the ghost woman away, because it's funny. Like, you spot her in the hallway and she sees you and she kind of like crawls up. Like, she doesn't just walk at you or float at you. She kind of like there's a little scurry at you, and then you pull out your camera and flash, and she goes, "Oh fuck!" and then she fucks off, which I love. And she scurries away. It's brilliant. But yeah, no, look, I'm probably not. It's fine.
Yeah,
probably the easiest way to explain it. And knowing that it's one dude making the entire game instantly makes it more impressive. Because I've never made a game in my entire life, let alone a game that would be fine.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So like, it's in terms of a critical lens, yeah, it's fine. It's functional. It's the foundations are there for what could be something really awesome. Sadly, it just doesn't deliver that. But with more time, skill, talent, as in more staff, I think it could have been something great. But for a guy's literal first game, man,
yeah, that's good.
I think that's what I played this week. Yeah, that's about it.
I see you every now and again playing Honk.
Oh yeah, I don't get a choice in that one.
Playing the old Goose Game.
Oh, I'm never playing the Goose Game. James is doing it now. That and Paw Patrol. James can finish a whole level of Paw Patrol by himself now. It's been fascinating actually watching him get better at playing games, because there was a time where he would just only know how to go forward or backwards. That's it.
See, what you should have done is not shown him that PlayStation 4 exists. You should have put him on some old ass console and then blew his mind when he was old enough to understand that, like, now that we have these far superior graphics.
Yeah, but the problem is every time he would come in the room and be like, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm playing Commodore 64.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like, the exposure that he gets from
true.
seeing me play games is a bit different. That would have been really cool if I could have done that, but I don't think that was entirely possible.
I mean, I walked in today, he's like, hey Max, guess what? I've got my own phone now. I'm like,
No,
okay.
it's Millie's phone case. He's like stole it, and that's his phone.
I'm
now,
just like,
apparently.
oh.
Yeah, no, he's on Tinder. He's going
It's on
hard.
Tinder.
Yep. Trying to. Nope, I was going to make an inappropriate joke there about
Yeah.
Tim's service.
Ooh.
Anyway, that's enough about what we've been doing in shares and shit. Let's get into the section we call Inform the Players, where we tell you about what happened this week in PlayStation news.
Ooh. The Last of Us is coming to TV.
Yeah, it is.
Announced by The Hollywood Reporter, Neil Druckmann, creative director of Naughty Dog, and Craig Mazin, creator of Chernobyl, they're joining forces to bring The Last of Us to HBO. President of Naughty Dog, Evan Wells, and HBO's Carolyn Strauss are also down to executive produce the show. According to the report, this is the first television series to come out of PlayStation Productions, which will co-produce alongside Sony Pictures Television Studios. Will apparently recount the original tale with the possibility of additional content based on the forthcoming game sequel. Chris Parnell of Sony Pictures Television Studio states, quote, "This is the first of many shows we intend to develop with our friends at PlayStation Productions."
Shows is the better answer. It is the perfect answer. Because, for those that don't know, sometimes when I'm not doing my own stuff here, I go over to our good friend of the show, Dash, and in his Dash Gamer podcast. I went on a good tirade like last week about how give up on movies. Yeah, give up on video game movies, make video game series, because that is the best way to explain, best way to tell these stories in a nice, long format, broken it down to really nail the nitty and gritty on characters, right? And the whole character dynamic the character growth that we see in games. And this is perfect. HBO, fucking perfect. Like, who needs Game of Thrones when you can have The Last of Us?
So what are you hoping from this? What are you hoping from a Last of Us TV series? Are you hoping that it is about Joel and Ellie, or would you prefer it focus on other characters in the world and kind of flesh out the story a bit more? Like, do we need more Joel and Ellie?
I think so. I say that as a fan of the original. I do think as the game. I think it's cool because I think the different performances can bring out different nuances in the story, because it's just how Troy Baker delivered Joel lays down one idea of who Joel is. And although we can take that same framework and bring it into another actor, how they deliver it would still be slightly different.
Correct.
And that's what I want to see. I would like to see just how it's done, whether it can still hit the same or do the same. The idea of being in the same world is really cool, and I think with like HBO and the series that I've seen that them do, like they're not afraid to do like time skips and that sort of stuff. So maybe we can see a bit more of the Fireflies external to what Joel and Ellie are exposed to, or even some more around the original Outbreak would be cool. There's a bunch of different ways they can go about it, but I think keeping it with Joel and Ellie is probably the safest bet. If it was a movie similar to Uncharted, I'd be like, do something else.
So we got Crispy in the chat saying Witcher on Netflix is the reason why Last of Us got picked up.
Hell yeah.
And then Cass saying I'd be keen to see a story about the two brothers that Joel and Ellie meet.
That'd be cool. Or even just the story of that the guy and like the other guy who find out we're lovers. And I thought that'd be really cool. Cool start. So just like living in that world would be gnarly. But I do think you need I think that there's already a connection to Joel and Ellie. It's the same way that I understand like The Witcher isn't The Witcher as in with the Witcher games.
No, because that's very much based on the books.
Yes, but like as in the reason I say that is because Geralt or Droll, however you fuck want to pronounce it.
Jerry.
Good old Jez.
Good old Jez.
Like Jez, like everyone can relate to Jez because they know him from the games. Granted, it's not the same story, but he's your connecting piece to the world. Now here, Joel and Ellie are those connecting pieces to your world. And that's that one difficulty with the second is like, well, it's only Ellie. Is the dynamic of Joel and Ellie that what really brings it. Now, we know that Joel is in there from that trailer, spoilers, but we're not entirely sure how he fits in the overall narrative, right? Whether he did die, whether he didn't, whether it's just an image, he comes in later. So, like, there's a lot there. And I think the narrative, the story between Joel and Ellie is what brings that world into such a good place, that's what we want to see. 'Cause at its core, people love stories about like characters and growth and relationships and emotion. And I think that's the emotional core of The Last of Us.
Oh, I mean, this is coming off the heels of what I think Resident Evil got picked up as a show now.
Oh yeah, that's what I did too. Yeah.
Okay, I think they said they've already found their lead actors.
Oh really?
I think.
Yeah. What for Resi?
No, for Last of Us.
Who is it?
Jamie Lannister and
I saw that picture. I don't think that's legit.
yeah. Who would you cast?
Oh, just any random bearded one. Like, that's the one thing I've loved about the internet right now. I've got onto the Reddits and I've had a look.
Is Nathan Fillion free?
No, I don't think he can grow that beard. But it's just like, literally pick any actor that may have had a beard once and any woman under 35. Like,
Any woman under 35.
That's pretty much how the casting is going. Now, saying that, once again, good friend of the show, Dash, he is doing an article on his page about who we think should be cast in the film. He's getting involved. A good friend, Paul James, is getting involved. He asked me if I wanted to get involved, but I said only if I can pick really wrong answers. So he hasn't come back to me yet because I'm going to just pull people out of my asshole. I'm going to be like fucking Burt Reynolds.
Okay.
Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton as Ellie. No. But I mean, I'm just going to pull dumb answers. But so Crispy Nicolaj Costa, who is Jamie Lannister, is a good pick. Totally a good pick. I think he would bring the right thing. But then there's like Josh Cranston, the guy that had the beard in Quiet Place. I've seen his name a lot.
Oh yeah,
mostly because he has a beard primarily. Hugh Jackman. I think it's probably too small for Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think Hugh Jackman's a bit too big for that.
Yeah, I think he would.
Unless he was like a mad fan.
Yeah,
and he did it.
But even then, what we're seeing is just
but
fucking
then
Logan.
But then are we gonna get the Last of Us the musical?
Oh, I can hope so. The Last of Us, the animated musical. But yeah, so are you keen to check it out?
I much prefer the idea of having it as a TV series than a movie. I think you're right. It gives them a lot more time to flesh out their characters, a lot more time to flesh out their story. They're not kind of limited to that 2 to 3 hour time frame that they have to fit into a movie. So hopefully they can dive real deep because I would like more lore.
Yeah, because even if it's like a 7-episode season and say you make them 50 minutes an episode, that's like 7 hours of minimum of TV, and that's fucking dope. Like, that's what you need to really get those more nuances, which is what I want personally.
Should be good. Hopefully they don't run into the trouble that their movies are having.
But I think the big difference is because Neil, like when they asked about Uncharted, Neil Druckmann was like, I have no fucking idea. They haven't come to me about anything. But having Neil Druckmann directly involved is such a push. Like, that is putting it such in the right place.
Yeah.
Like, that is, when you hear that, I'm like, this is going to rock. Because, like, taking on the voice, the creative voice behind this story and ensuring that they're involved in the creative process is brilliant. Like, so that way, like, they can break it down and get that emotional core that they want. Like, they can in the same way having Robert Kirkman in The Walking Dead. They're like, look, we know it's basically The Walking Dead. Like, it's the main story within the comics, but we're going to fuck with it. And he's like, because I'm here, I can make sure these characters are being serviced correctly. And that's the same way that Game of Thrones was until they ran out of books. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it kind of just got worse and worse as we went on.
The potential is rad, and there's a level of confidence that I have around the people involved, and I think that's important. Moving on.
No, it should be good. Ghost of Tsushima gets a release date. It's coming the 26th of June.
Woo!
4 versions have been announced. The standard version, the special edition, which comes with a steelbook, a digital mini art book, in-game items and skins, and director's commentary. The Digital Deluxe, the Digital Mini Art Book, Dynamic Theme, Director's Commentary, and in-game items and different skins. And the Collector's Edition, a Steelbook, a Sakai Mask with stand, cloth map, and Tsushima War Banner. Physical Mini Art Book, and same DLC as the Digital Deluxe versions.
So other than that, there was a story trailer that came out as well. I've not watched it, hence why it's not in the news. I did mention it because for me, I'm playing this game fucking regardless. But like, it's interesting because I'm not a big fan. I'm not as big of a fan of Japanese culture or Japanese thinking. I know there's people that love samurais and that sort of feudal Japan stuff. So I want to go in as clean as possible, just to really enjoy myself.
No, I'm. It's a good time for it to release, I think, mid-year. Gives it enough time to come out before next gen. Gives people time to enjoy it before they get onto that hype train of got to play the newest, latest, best stuff that comes out.
And the best thing about it, because like one of the things, like knowing that the PS5 is still, hopefully, fingers crossed, coming in October or November, right? This gives a good 6-month leeway for no first-party titles. So that means presumably from June, the focus can solely be on next gen. So, because I'm going to put it out here right now. This is my tinfoil hat. I mentioned this on Twitter when I made the post. Tinfoil hat time. Because we'll spoil one of the quick bits later as well. One of the quick bits, they announced that the Death Stranding is coming to PC June 2nd. Ghost Date, Last of Us HBO series. Both of those, all three of these things really sound like something that would have made an awesome presentation, rather than just being farted out in PR blasts. Would have been a really nice state of play.
But it's not Sony going, yay, one of our titles is coming out on PC. It's but like, I'm mostly looking at Ghosts and Last of Us here, right? Like that would have been a supplementary thing in the thing. Yeah. The Last of Us, one of the most popular fucking franchises to ever come out of PlayStation, and all it gets dropped on is on Twitter. Like, social media is huge and is massive, but come on. Look, I get where you're coming from, but what if this is the only two things they've got to talk about?
Yeah.
Can you imagine them announcing a straight up play like, yeah, all we're talking about is the HBO series for Last of Us?
Yeah, and then they have interviews with the people, with like Neil Druckmann, like, and he's like, hey, I'm involved, and it's going to be this, and what we're looking at doing, maybe some concept pictures. They'll blow the fuck up.
I mean, so did the Twitter post.
Yeah, so the Twitter post. But like, I personally think that if they this could have / may have been a state of play.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Personally, I'm very sick of the fact that Sony's holding their cards so close to their chest at this point.
It makes our job so fucking hard.
We're a quarter of the way through the year already. We're supposed to be getting next-gen consoles this year. So what's that, 6, maybe 7 months away? Sony still haven't said anything. Said it's coming, but I don't know what it looks like. Don't know how much it's going to be. Don't really know what it's going to do. Chernobyl.
Tighten the jorts. Chernobyl was the tit. Thanks, man.
So like, it's going to be. It's hard.
Yeah,
it's hard.
Look, as I said, tinfoil hat. I have a feeling that this may have been part of a presentation that never happened. Like, think about it. We spent the entire month of February just speculating on different presentations. And this PlayStation meeting was doing this, doing that, and this and that, but nothing happened. Nothing eventuated.
But like, they kept having really good dates. There was like the anniversary of the PS4's
correct
launch. We just celebrated 20 years of the PS2. Was it 20 years of the PS2?
20 years of the PS2.
Another great date that you could have been like, hey, guess what? This is what's coming. We take a look back and a look forward. Nothing. We're getting nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucked. But one good thing we'll know is that, you know, whether E3 happens or not, PlayStation may still rule the conversation with Ghosts. Like, dropping it like the week after E3, if not, depending on where, actually, the week after, I think.
Depending on what happens with
Depending
E3.
on what happens, like, what amazing.
So, just like Geelong's toilet paper situation, E3 is not looking so good.
Oh, yeah, it's not true.
Upon its original pitch earlier this year, E3 2020 was planning on revitalizing its show floor experience with the likes of experimental zones, access to insiders and influencers,
Oh, fuck!
and digital programming. Video game merchandiser iam8bit was the creative director tasked with putting all of that together. But 3 months before the Electronic Entertainment Expo is due to take place, the company has pulled out of the role completely. Revealed in a tweet, iam8bit said, quote, "It's with mixed emotions that iam8bit has decided to resign as creative director of what was to be an evolutionary E3 2020 floor experience. We've produced hundreds of gaming and community events, and it was a dream to be involved with E3. We wish the organisers the best of luck."
We've produced hundreds of gamings. We've done all the things.
We've done all the things.
That's huge.
Yeah, E3's... I mean, considering the fact that GDC got cancelled due to coronavirus...
South by Southwest got canned this morning.
Yeah. I don't think E3 is going to go ahead. Unless something miraculous happens and they get this under control.
Yeah.
No one's sending... Like, Bungie have said all their staff are indefinitely working from home until this is over.
Yep.
No one wants their staff to get sick. Definitely not this year. No one's doing this.
It's crazy. It's great. Like, look, it concerns the fuck out of me that PAX Australia may just suddenly get the can, which makes me so sad because we just booked accommodation. WrestleMania is 4 weeks away, Max. 90,000 people in the same building. Now, look, Vince McMahon had some fucking wrestler die in the middle of a show and they kept going. So, like, it's not going to stop him, but that is so horribly concerning.
People just need to be considerate to others, and if you feel sick, don't go out. Just do the right thing. But players have a reason to celebrate, Ryan. Collectively, PlayStation players have earned the 2.7 million trophies and played over 675,000 games required to meet all 3 goals, which were met in under 2 weeks.
Holy fuck, ball. Like, when we pitched that...
So, you know how I just said everyone should, like, chill out and stay inside if they're sick? Maybe some of us need to go outside.
Look, I instantly just, like, changed my thoughts on that.
If you're not sick.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're not sick, stay home and play games. But if you're doing fine, get fuck out. Do something cool.
Now, I still haven't received any of my stuff.
Oh, I got 2 notifications.
So I've signed up.
Yeah.
And I have received 0 system notifications.
Would you like the theme? The
yes,
standard? Okay.
I super want...
I got given 2 codes for some reason.
I super want all the themes because the last theme looks really good.
The last theme, I can't wait. Looks so good.
But yeah, I've none.
All right,
I don't know if that's because I'm running the beta software at the moment and I'm just not getting anything. But
well, for the longest time, like, I never get any sort of those promotional emails. None of them, right? And like and that was the thing, because when I did try to do the what was it?
Oh, the party,
the 2019 wrap up thing.
Oh yeah,
I couldn't even do that for some reason. So, well, look, if both the codes I were given aren't the same, you could have one.
Some quick bits. The Nintendo PlayStation sells for $300,000.
Not bad.
Not bad. PS4 reportedly sold a ridiculous 68 million more units than Xbox One.
So that means that the Xbox is estimated to sell about 40 million units. But PS4 is seeing it, as we last saw, 108. Now, this is fascinating because I remember hearing like 2 years ago that the estimated number for Xbox was like 35, 38. That's not possible. They have to have sold more than that.
I don't know. I equally bought 2 Xbox Ones and 2 PS4s this
that's what I'm saying. Like,
cycle.
You know, if you bought 2 and someone else bought 2, that's at least 38.00004. And look, I mean, that is like, I understand the Xbox did not do as well. But I think with the likes of Games Pass, with the likes of all these other initiatives, there has to have been an upflux since last number I heard was 35, and that was X amount of time ago, like 2 years ago. I can't believe that they've not sold like another 10, 15 million in that time.
Yeah, well, after the news of this week with CD Projekt Red coming out saying if you buy the basic version for your basic Xbox, we will give you the enhanced edition when it becomes available for free. I'm really waiting for Sony to see what Sony's stance is on the, if we buy it on the PS4.
Or their smart
Their smart delivery, I think.
Yeah, smart which in short is just forwards and backwards compatibility.
Yeah.
Like, it's nothing fancy. It's
They're
just,
like,
it's a cool way of wording it.
they're
Sure.
like, you'll get the enhanced version. It'll run in your 4Ks, your blah blah blah.
Yeah, or the Pro kind of does that now. Like, if you have the version runs on base PS4, but if you put it in your PS4 Pro, it gets slightly better. I know it's not the same because obviously the next gen is much larger.
Yeah,
but yeah,
so
like the way it's worded makes it sound incredibly customer supportive, which is rad. But it's nothing they've not already talked about.
But they've also said that it's apart from CD Projekt Red saying it's going to be available on Cyberpunk, they've also said it's only going to be on their own first party.
Yeah, so their first parties are guaranteed.
Yeah,
but
and
they mentioned that
it's up
it's
to the developers and the publishers for the rest of
the
them.
interesting thing about this though is it really forces hands, because it's one of those things. If they chose not to, if a developer choose not to do it, they'd be like, they instantly look like an asshole. They're like, what you mean? So the functionality is in there, but you chose not to do it? Yeah. You're the asshole.
Oh, it depends. It might just mean someone's like, well, I'm going to wait to buy this game until the next gen because I want the best version of this game.
But say on top of that, like Cyberpunk or CD Projekt, they have no question about how many units they're going to sell of Cyberpunk.
Oh, yeah, they're going to sell all the units.
Yes, they're like, look, we'll give you the upgraded version for nothing. They're like, cool, we were already selling 84 million of them.
Yeah.
Like, so it's not really going to hit Cyberpunk in the same way of, like, really affecting their bottom line. Like, if you're estimated to sell about 7 million copies of something.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens to their bottom line with their new return policies for good old games.
GOG, yeah.
Because it's now 30 days, no questions asked.
I have a feeling that, like, I think that'll give people a lot of peace of mind and a lot of comfort.
They have said, though, that if you abuse the system, they will be like, no, you're not getting a refund anymore.
I think
so you can't, like, buy a game, finish the game, return it, get another one, finish it, return it, get another.
I think it's for people just knowing. They're like, oh, well, I can return it if it will encourage more spending, because they're like, if I don't like it, I'll just return it.
It's the one thing I hate about buying digitally, especially like on the PlayStation Network. There are no refunds.
Yeah.
I tried to get a refund for Anthem and they basically said no. And I'm like, the game literally doesn't work. Like, it literally blue screens every time I load it. And they're like, well, it says here you've played it, so sorry. You've downloaded it. Not our problem. Yeah. It's like that
and that's the one thing, which is a
sucky.
weird line, because, like, for us, we get access to a lot of codes. So I say a lot, like we get thousands of them. So that didn't mean to sound so braggy, but like we get access to codes. So like for us, digital fucking rocks. But then we don't have to return it. But it's also their way of ensuring that we don't hock the game off.
Yeah, of course. I understand how that works, but it is frustrating as a consumer that when you buy a product, you have certain rights. Especially in Australia,
with ACCC,
yeah, and it's just
I do wonder where the ACCC stands on that.
Well, that's why Steam refund policy changed for Australians, because they're like,
I think it's because PlayStation offers a refund policy. However, there's like asterisks where Steam was just like, no, period.
Yeah. Sony offices in London, Paris, and why would you do this to me? A town in Poland have closed due to coronavirus fears. Jerk. Head of Sony Santa Monica heads over to Stadia.
Yeah, so the previous studio head, which if you watch the making of the God of War series, she's in there very prominently. Brilliant woman, like how she runs the studio was great. She then went up and she's now working for Stadia as part of this new development team, I think. And one of the other women that you see in that same documentary is now moved up. Names, can't remember, but if you watch the documentary, you know exactly who they are. GF works at the ACCC. I'll see if I can find out. Oh, Girlfriend works. Oh, yeah, that'd be a good idea, actually.
That'd be rad.
That'd be rad. That would be some rad knowledge. It's one of those things like every PAX, there is always a booth for the Australian Classifications Board. No one ever fucking goes there, except for me, because I love going there and like not grilling them, but to sort of try gather more information around that side, because everyone's really quick to bitch and moan about the rating system. I'm like, give me some deets. Like, why would this game be refused? Why this and that? What does the actual guidelines look like from a back end system, from a back end look? And it's one of those things. It's like that's where
people might not be so angry if they understand how this
exactly
works.
So when you look at it, like it's predefined, as in like if it's almost like a checklist. Does it have this? Yes. Then it's rated this. Does it have this? It's instantly refused classification. Like it's gray area-esque. You know what I mean? Like, but it's mostly black and white, and that's the people, which is a problem in and of itself. But people don't understand that that's what, like, when these guidelines came into place, this is what was determined as what would refuse it. If it hits any of those, you're done.
And it's not like companies don't have access to this list.
Correct.
So
now, not saying they should entirely structure their game to meet Australian demand,
of course not.
because Australia as a consumer base is so stagnant, is not probably like top 6 at best for most developers. So I understand they're not tailor making it for Australia, but they're like the rules need to be looked at. We've discussed that plenty of times in the show.
As we alluded to earlier, Death Stranding is coming to PC June 2nd.
With some really interesting tie-in stuff to Half-Life.
Yeah, I saw a picture of Norman with with one of those crab wankers on his head.
Yeah, no, you can get a hat.
I had Face Hugger and I'm like, no, that's the wrong franchise.
I think it's just called a head crab.
Yeah, head crab.
Yeah,
it
we'll
makes sense because it's a crab on your head.
Yeah, so you can get that in the game. Unsure of whether that's coming to the PS4 version. Rad if it did. Apparently there's some differences. There's like ultra wide monitor support. There's a higher frame rate version. There's a photo mode, which I don't think's in the PS4 version, which it might be. I don't remember.
I'm keen. I'll play it
Yeah,
again.
you said you're a sucker. You're going to buy it again,
Ghost Recon Breakpoint getting a big overhaul in an immersive update.
Yeah. I put in there, I'm like, hey, the game's still going. And if anything, can we just give some minor praise to Ubisoft? Because even when their games are broken because of them at launch, they then stick to it. Like, For Honor was broken at launch. Look at it now. Siege, busted at launch. Look at it now. Division, look at it then. Look at it now. Ubisoft is probably one of the only big-time developers / publishers that actively support their games for the long term. And I think that greatly gets swept under the rug.
Oh, yeah. A small featurette for Doom Eternal shows off a heavy metal choir.
Yes! So this came through my email yesterday. It's across their social medias. So Mick Gordon, who, I'm a big sucker for Doom. I love that soundtrack so much. He essentially put a casting call out to just any metal vocalists in America. I'm like, hey, do you want to come be part of this heavy metal fucking choir? And then I had a look at the list of some of the people that are in there, and I came in my shorts. Unquestionably. One of the big notable ones for me that makes me super excited is Tony Campos. Tony Campos is the bass player for Static X and Ministry. Static X is one of the first bands that got me into heavy music. I was like 12 and they blew my mind. And I saw them just recently. So knowing that he's involved, I'm like, ha ha! And listening to it, it's just metal as fuck. Doom Eternal is 2 weeks away, man.
Get hyped?
Yeah, dude, I was excited. I was excited for the game, and that was fine. I was like, I'm ready for this. And then this came out, and then that's when the fucking floodgates went. And I'm like, yup, now I'm in. Give me Doom Eternal. I want it. When's the soundtrack on vinyl? Because I'm probably going to buy it then as well. Instant gates, and there's flush water everywhere.
PlayStation 2 turns 20.
Oh, yeah.
Which we spoke about earlier. And PlayStation Now has been spotted on the Australian PlayStation Network.
Yeah, so for a couple of people, if you pull up your PlayStation Store on your phone, there's a little promo art for PlayStation Now. And it's like, get your 7-day free trial. Click it, and it just takes you to this doesn't work. But it looks like it's happening.
Is it too little too late?
Probably. But I think it's probably worth having. Cause
I know they've started putting a lot more high-profile... video games on it.
I presume that it's coming to PS5 as well. There's a lot of dollars there. And this adds to a story that I pilfered from another PlayStation podcast. X amount of months ago when Sony announced, like there was an announcement that there was a little office in Adelaide being created around Sony. About 30 something engineers were hired to work in this place in Adelaide. Now nothing has come out of that since then, but having them be engineers implies infrastructure. So I have a feeling that they have been working on some sort of PlayStation Now possible infrastructure here in Australia. Adelaide makes perfect sense. It is almost clearly in the middle of the country.
Fair, though, Adelaide's internet infrastructure is amazing too.
Yeah.
Like, it's really good.
Yeah, so like having it there then allows it to go across the world. Like having it based in Sydney would be ideal because it's Sydney, but what if you're on the West Coast? It's really far away. And like I presume there's like local servers, like just like Netflix. There's not one server for all of Australia because that would bottleneck like a motherfucker. There is like a big hub, and then there's a bunch of smaller servers around. So you just connect whichever one you're closest to. And I imagine they'll probably do the same here. But these engineers, like I presume, this is all presumption, might I add, that these guys have been working on how to get PlayStation Now here in Australia. No, 2 tinfoil hats to the one episode. How's that for you? Anyway, that's enough about what happened this week in PlayStation News. Let's have a chat, Max, about the Final Fantasy VII Remake demo. As you can see on Max's arm, he is quite excited for Final Fantasy. He's got that guy there, Cloud Strife, on his arm, right there. So I presume you hated the demo.
Let me paint you a picture.
All right, sweet.
We're going to go back in time.
Oh, fuck. I'll have a drink.
It's my 6th birthday.
Oh, you weren't kidding.
So, 14 years ago.
Yeah. 14? You're 20?
No, wait, hang on. 24 years ago.
Yeah.
Quick math. 24 years ago, my mum comes home from the local video store.
Oh.
With not just
flashbacks.
With not just a copy of Final Fantasy VII, but a PlayStation as well.
Oh, she hired one from the store?
Yes.
Wow.
Final Fantasy VII was the first ever game I played on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Now, my love for this game is deep. As Betson pointed out before, I have tattoos all over my arm from Final Fantasy VII. My hype for this game was so strong. And after playing the demo, it's dropped a little bit.
Oh, whoa!
It's dropped a little bit. Okay, so I dove in and I see the cutscene. I'm just like, oh my god, it's so beautiful. It is absolutely stunning. The graphic overhaul, that they've done, and the care that they've put into this is perfect. The new combat system is absolutely fantastic. I love it. I love the real time fighting.
I'm sweating here. My glass keep fogging.
The combat's tight. You can dodge. You can block. It's free form. You have complete control over your camera and character. Amazing. And then I'm like, but they said they had classic mode. So I'm going to do my due diligence. Go play in classic mode. Oh my god. They take all player agency away from you. Like, do you want to just watch this game be played? Because that's the mode for you. It's going to automatically walk and dodge and block and attack for you. All you can do is be like, I think you should use some magic now. Or maybe a potion. That's it. It does literally everything for you. And that's... No.
I show you... Because that's the option in the difficulty, right?
No, so you've got easy mode, normal mode, and they're both the new versions. Mm-hmm. And then you have classic. And they define classic as the way you originally played the game, where you wait your turn and you open your command window and you be like, I want to do this, I want to do that. It doesn't really do that. It literally moves around the screen for you automatically. You automatically dodge, you automatically block, you automatically attack. The only agency you have over that character in classic mode is, hey, my special bar's full, let's activate that now. And that disappointed me a little bit. Now, granted, I'm not going to play in that mode because it made the boss that it was in the demo a complete cakewalk. I actually struggled to play it on normal mode. I nearly died a couple of times. I went through on classic mode and I literally just put my controller down and ate some dinner and it fought. It literally takes all player agency away from you. So if you're going to play this game, please don't play in classic mode. Please play it the way it seems to have been intended to be played. So when you pick classic mode, it does say this is played in the easy difficulty as well. So, that could be a factor. One of the other things I was a little disappointed in, and this was from an article I read with someone who got hands on the first 3 hours of the game. One of my favorite characters is no longer a playable character in the first part of the game. He's just going to be a support character. So that was a bit of a shame. They did say he will be playable in part 2, but they said because you meet him so late in the game, for those who've already played it, you'll probably guess who I'm alluding to. They're like, we can't flesh out his story, so we don't want to give you player agency over him when you don't know who he is yet. Which is kind of fair. I get that. So hopefully I don't have to wait too long for part 2. But my hype levels kind of come down a little bit because I was hoping that classic mode meant literal classic mode where I have my old turn-based system back. Yeah. But I'll definitely be playing it the new way anyway.
All right. Now, I have gone on the record many times about how little I care for Final Fantasy. I just don't care. I can't care. I just don't have it in me. And as Dash nicely points out in the chat, Ryan Betson on the Dash Culture E3 special, Day 2, 2019, I said, and I quote, Final Fantasy can suck a dick. Times have changed, Max. It looks like I am now the one sucking that dick. Because that demo was fucking rad. Now, it is the same demo that I played at PAX. So for me, it was a lot of, all right, well, let's see if the glitz and glamour of PAX, sort of being on the floor and playing it, and that's sort of what swayed me to think it was really good on the day. Because that's totally possible. It's like it's almost like this dream haze of a convention.
The contagious hype.
You contagious hype, right? Nah, not at all. Game's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it looks so stunning. Even like just when they're doing that sort of opening cinematic, as you said, when like they're panning out of what's the city called?
Midgar.
Midgar. As they sort of zoom in and out of Midgar, I'm like, this is fucking awesome. And then when you're playing the game and you zoom in and you have a look at Cloud and sort of just his details, I'm like, how are you carrying that sword? You know what? Fuck it. You look amazing. It's just because the version that we played was a pre-alpha build. So if you zoomed in too hard on the hair, example, like the anti-aliasing wasn't quite there. So it was a lot of jaggies and it was kind of weirdly see-through, right? Like it was very much an alpha build. Where here it is a much later build. It looks brilliant, plays great, which is interesting because it plays similar to Kingdom Hearts, except I fucking hated Kingdom Hearts and how it plays. So
it plays very similar to what Final Fantasy 15 does.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed it. I like the characters because once again, this is all brand new for me. I've never played Final Fantasy 7 in my life.
Well, see, I like all the little quips that they talk about, like not inside the cutscenes themselves, but like when you're just walking around from place to place. They have, you know how characters talk to each other. Banter, is what I'm looking for. After one of the battles, just shortly after you get Barrett, the gun arm man, he does the dun 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 dun, which is the battle theme song. When you win the battle, it plays that song in every Final Fantasy game. And I was like, I like that. It's good because now there's no end of battle screens because it's all in one screen. You don't. It's not like you.
There's no transition.
There's no transition into a battle encounter, and then you transition back into your open world exploration. It's just all there.
Well, and the one thing because I know that the old Final Fantasies had that was like the random encounters. Glad that's gone. Only because if I had to deal with that, I would fucking quit in a heartbeat. There's no way I would see this through if I had to deal with like random encounters.
So it's been quite some time since they've had random encounters in a Final Fantasy game. I believe Final Fantasy X was the last one.
Even though I didn't fucking play it. I don't play it. Who cares? But
so that's nothing too new. Having the enemies being seen and not having that battle screen. But
so in the final, at the end of this is the thing. So at the end of it, you have the option of 20 minutes or 30 minutes for the bottom. What'd you pick?
Oh, 20 minutes.
Same.
Because I think it takes like 6 if you're paying attention and just do what you need to do.
I got out there in like 8, I think.
Yeah.
8 or 9. Not even that gnarly.
Yeah.
I was playing on normal.
It's not
too.
tight. It's not tight.
Yeah, I was playing normal. It's fun.
I'm pretty sure in the original version, you have to pick your timer before the boss fight. So you got to deal with the boss as well inside that time limit. Oh, wow. Whereas in the demo, you pick the time limit after.
But so you pick the time limit before, but it doesn't initiate until... Well, because once again, having played it at PAX, I was like, cool, I beat this boss in fucking no time at all at PAX. I presume it's the same thing. Because we didn't... The PAX demo was different. You didn't pick a time, if I recall, and it starts the second you enter that reactor. So you climb down that ladder, you face your boss, and the second the whole thing explodes, the whole area explodes. That's where you transition out. So the whole part of the start, never saw before. Awesome. A bit afterwards, awesome as well. So it was really cool to like not just give you that small sample that they've had on show floors. Like they've given it a bit more oomph on the front and the back, which I really like because it gave me an incentive to play it.
Yeah, no, it's I think it's a nice slice of the game to throw people into because it's literally the very start.
It is like it's
literally the very start. Yeah.
Like that has me super keen to sort of knowing that this is the start and then I'm not really like going to hurt myself too hard later on. Because like we were already going to pick it up and play it for review anyway. Not a concern. Look, I said I thought about asking for a code, but I'm like, there's gonna be like 1,100 people asking for it. Someone's gonna buy it, or you're gonna buy it anyway, so might as well. But yeah, no, like it certainly it has my attention, it has my curiosity, and it's delivered better than I have anticipated.
I'm totally not looking forward to the 100 gig download size though.
That I'm not looking forward to, I can tell you that.
Because I'm telling you right now, I'm not waiting an extra day for a physical copy because it comes out here Good Friday. So nowhere's going to be open. And unless someone breaks the old release date, which I don't think anyone will, I'm going to be buying it online.
Yeah, I'm
going to be playing it at midnight.
I'm very happy to know that my opinion has changed. Like I said, I've argued for many years about how trash Final Fantasy is. Just because I most of the time it's me just being an asshole, and because I know people and I work with people that love JRPG, so a lot of the time it's me just trying to get under the skin of people.
They're not for everyone. They're really not. Like, the first time I played Final Fantasy VII, I think it took me about 250 hours to finish, and I do not have 250 hours these days to finish it. I
think that's one of the biggest turn off for me. It's the weird characters, it's silly hair. I just can't. I can't connect to it. Like I played JRPGs when I was younger, and I'm pretty sure I played the demo of Final Fantasy VIII like 100 times because it came with my console with my PS1. But it's yeah. But anyway, saying that though, I am super keen for Remake. Impressively got one over, so you will see it here. We will be talking about it here.
Oh yeah,
it's one of those things because in an alternate reality, if I consult the calendar,
should have been out already. I think
it would be out on Tuesday.
How do I get into that alternate reality?
Yeah, because in that reality, we would have already played Last of Us as well.
Yeah,
good times.
And Iron Man VR.
Oh, fuck. Anyway, let us know what you think of Final Fantasy VII Remake. Chuck them in the answer in the comments below. Come chat to us on Twitter, on the social medias. We really need to get your fucking Twitter up and running.
My Twitter's there. I just very rarely
never use it.
No.
Get your picture on there for one.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, just get involved on your Twitters. Is what I'm saying.
All right, I can do that.
You occasionally come in and you like my family, and I was like,
I'll do it. I'll get
in there, dude. Twitter is fun. Get engaged with the likes of Dash and Steven and like Dave Brown and all the other podcasters that we associate with, and Twitter becomes an instantly awesome place. Like Twitter is fantastic.
I'm not gonna lie. I literally only have Twitter to follow Trump.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I love the craziness.
Like, take advantage of it and sort of start associating with your fellow podcast creators.
Yeah.
It's a good. The Australian sort of indie scene is a good collective.
I'm with Dash.
Yeah, it's a good collective, and
I agree.
It allows me to like talk to Dash and sort of. It's just a good way to bring a bunch of people together.
Yeah,
and I personally enjoy it. I find it way more entertaining than Facebook these days.
Yeah, I wouldn't have Facebook if I didn't use Facebook chat so often.
Yeah, if I didn't have the Facebook page and group, I wouldn't go there. Saying that though, I use the group. Okay, like I go to the group most days. So if you do happen to join us on socials, go to the Facebook group.
I'm always
still talk
floating around there too.
But anyways,
and Discord. I'm always on Discord.
That's true. I never use Discord. I'm so bad at Discord.
On Discord.
But anyways, as we said, in that alternate reality, Final Fantasy VII should already be in our hands, Max. However, let's have a look at what other games would have been coming out alongside Final Fantasy VII Remake. If we're in that alternate reality, in a section we call Coming to the Players, we tell you about what games are coming out this week on your PlayStation.
It's really easy, nothing.
It was...
No. So this week, we have the drop, new PlayStation games for March 10, 2020. Again, this is US PlayStation blog, so some dates may be subject to change. Some games may not exist for us Aussies. Still so glad they changed their date system. Covert, PSVR Digital. Hidden Through Time, PS4 Digital, out 12th of March. Jump, Step, PS4 Digital, out March 11. Langrissa 1 and 2, PS4 Digital and Retail. Monster Viator, PS4 Digital. My Hero 1's Justice 2, PS4 Digital and Retail, out March 13th. Neon City Riders, PS4 Digital, out March 12th. Neo 2, PS4 Digital Retail, out March 13th. Journey to 1555 Japan, a country gripped in endless warfare where monsters and evil spirits stalk a land of natural beauty and menacing peril. Hunt down your enemies as a rogue mercenary wielding the supernatural powers of the mythical yokai. Can you survive the treacherous Sengoku era and the new and terrifying Dark Realm? Personally, no, because I couldn't finish the first one.
What date does this come out?
March 13th.
Is it a Friday?
It's a week back from today, so yes, Friday.
Damn it! I was going to say, well, depending on when it comes our way, because I have reached out. So if it does happen to come on the Thursday, we'll stream it Thursday. Last time we streamed this game, I lasted 9 seconds before I died. You walk out of your jail cell. The guy in the patrolling just suckered me in the face, and I fell. So the stream itself would be a damn right laugh, because like when you and I played Sekiro,
yeah,
you were like, "Oh, I got this, did good." 30 minutes later, you're like, "Oh, I died. Your turn." My so I think it should be a laugh.
Super Destronaut Land Wars, PS4, PS Vita digital crossbuy. And that's it. That's all there is.
Nier 2.
So Nier 2 seems to be the big one this week.
Yeah. Well, actually, I was positive MLB The Show was meant to come out this week.
Is it 20?
Yeah. Yeah, click on the post on that one, yeah.
13th of the 3rd. It's 4 days early access, though.
Oh, so it means it's coming out next week.
Yeah, so it comes out the 17th.
Ah, sneak. Cool, because like I'm hard as hell for MLB The Show.
Yeah, so it's available the 17th of the 3rd.
Yeah.
But if you pre-order, you will get early access on the 13th.
Ah, okay. Well, I've also reached out for that one as well, so hopefully you and I both have some cool games to talk about next week. Because if it comes out the Friday, there's not a whole lot we can say about Neo 2 on Saturday.
There is. I died. Lots.
A lot.
A lot.
I did consider re-downloading Neo 1 to sort of like get myself in the feels.
I recently played it again.
How'd that go for you?
I still suck.
Yeah, cool.
My big issue with Neo 1 was I didn't understand the system very well.
I didn't stancing kind of lost me.
The stancing was fine. I just stayed in one stance and just went ham. It was the whole yokai system I didn't get. So my build was weak and I just couldn't kill anything. Like it just didn't matter how long I spent smacking something. I was just super weak. So I'll have to figure it out this time.
Me too, brother. Me too.
Pretend to know what I'm doing.
I feel you. But anyways, do you need the spiel?
I want to say no, but I'll have it there just in case. I'm first, aren't I?
You are
That's
first.
why.
Hence why I'm like, hey, you should probably have your part up.
Sure.
But yeah, look, near too. Keen. I'm just killing time while the computer boots up. La 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 la. Quickly put password in.
That's all right.
All right, I believe in you. Let's do this.
That PlayStation conversation happened Monday morning at 8 a.m. on podcast services, including Spotify, 9 a.m. on those YouTubes. If you want to be a part of future conversations, head on over to our Discord, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. All the links are in the description below.
That's right. If you want to join the PlayStation conversation as it happens, head over to twitch.tv/thepopcultures where you can watch us record this show, as well as our other shows, The Young and the Wrestlers, and playing games. It's a damn good time. Just like Dash, just like Steven, just like Cass, bunch of other good names. Crispy in there. You can come and be part of the conversation as it happens, as we record the show. It's good fun. We have a blast, and there's normally some pre-show, some post-show.
There's always some pre-show.
There's always some pre-show, post-show. Yeah, look, either way, there's a mixture. If you want to chat to us about some other stuff, front and back, best way to go about it. But one thing that we'd like you to do, if you could be so kind, would be to share this PlayStation conversation. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell anyone that, hey, there's a podcast that I think you might listen to. It's about two guys and they talk about PlayStation. It'd be much appreciated if you're on your podcast service and you give us a 5-star rating. You know, you do all that sort of the schmozzle, the stuff, and just sort of help us get out there into the masses.
Click that YouTube bell.
Yeah, click that YouTube bell. Notifications. Watch on the YouTubes is a big thing as well. You know, go on there, like, comment, get that algorithm pumping. Yeah, that's me.
If you comment, we'll come in and...
Dude,
I'm
I'm always involved in the comments on YouTube. So if you jump on YouTube, comment, you will get a response within like 2 minutes from me. Almost guaranteed. But if you want to support us financially, patreon.com/thepopcultures, or you can buy our merchandise at popcultures.com/shop. We can buy shirts and other assorted shit with our logos on it. Does bring us to the end of the show, Max. So until next week, I'm Ryan Betson.
I'm Max Cooper.
And that was For the Players.
Can't believe we spent 20 minutes at the start talking about fucking chairs.
I'm not even mad.
I'm not even mad. I mean, you are because you don't have one.
I'm mad because my fucking chair sucks now. For the Players, the Pop Culturist PlayStation podcast is fan-supported at patreon.com/thepopculturist. And we'd like to thank our Patreon producers and our Patreon founders for their kindness, their support, and their generosity. Our Patreon founders: Alpha Ferret, Craig O'Flaherty, David Chataway, Jesse Stevenson, and Jacob Garner. And our Patreon producers: AJ Abatomi, Damien Holdies, Kyle Dunn, Lee Wintershoven, Nathan Massetti, Paul James, Pure Mongrel, and Sean Levitt.